Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to the ZU Seasoned Veterans. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a mental, emotional, psychological benefit, and we continue to do that as often as we can, usually several times per week. And if you're new here, we got over 1,300 of these available for your listening pleasure. Always something for you to check out if you're so inclined. Would love to be of assistance to you to continue that forward and kind of make a difference in your life. We can do that through at PO Perception on Twitter. We can do that through the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either one will get you in touch with me or a member of my team, and then we can move forward from there. This is the series about if someone dislikes you, what are some times or some ways that you can know that. One is they avoid physical intimacy. They avoid being physically close. Obviously, the more you like someone, the close proximity is an indicator of either platonic or romantic attraction, or both, depending on the development of the relationship. But if there's a physical distance kept between two parties for an extended period of time, and that distance is never traversed or hardly ever traversed, it can be an indication that a person doesn't have the willingness to get closer, the willingness to invest more, and that they aren't as into the relationship as you would ultimately like them to be. The next thing is they don't plan things with you. They kind of, say we'll do it later, kind of putting plans off, kind of trying to give you the hint that they're not as interested simply by their absence in being a co-contributor to the development and the depth of closeness of the relationship. A lot of times that leads to challenges. A lot of times that leads to trouble. It's not necessarily that one person is, unwilling to connect or whatever, but making things connect in that way can be an important factor and can also create a lot of challenges there. So when one person's overgiving, the other person's undergiving, it can create a lot of challenges in that way, in a, kind of rebalancing and redoing of things. Next thing is they don't contact you as much. You're always leading the contact, whether it's sending emails, whether it's, sending any other sort of connective emails, text messages, phone calls. You're offering when and where to meet up. You're offering when and where to go forward. It can be a super challenging thing, and there are issues as it relates to how to relate that going forward. Um, then we continue to go. Then as we continue to go forward, they don't make promises, but they also don't keep their promises. So obviously, a person who doesn't make promises is trying to avoid over-promising and trying to avoid overextending themselves. But at the end of the day, not keeping promises is another major challenge, and it can become, um, you know, an issue of dishonesty, an issue of lack of integrity of the relationship, or lack of intention toward the relationship. Again, um, the integrity and intensity and consistency of a relationship are indicators of interest, and so when those things are not in line, that can be a super challenging time for any person, especially one who is trying to further a connection that the other party has outgrown. Identifying ways in which active listening isn't used is another good indicator. Obviously, if a person's trying to deepen a relationship, they're going to want to be involved in, hey, I'm going to listen to you, I'm going to help you with your challenges, I'm going to encourage you to do things you never did before, I'm going to try and get you to be the best possible person you can be. But when that's absent, it's usually because one party isn't as emotionally invested in keeping the relationship going, and or there's a discrepancy in the reason that the relationship should continue, if at all. So that becomes problematic, especially if people haven't had clear, concise conversations around that concept. So hopefully this is helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground and your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.